Bitcoin continues to inch higher, right around 11,800, and we're coming close to 12,000 once again. In this video, I want to cover a few metrics that are very positive for Bitcoin. One includes the number of addresses that hold at least $10 worth of Bitcoin. Another one is the difficulty and hash rate. And lastly, I want to go over another article which talks about how institutional investors are definitely here. As you can see, Bitcoin is now 11,800 and continues to slowly creep up since its fall from 12,200. And I do think it's going to be here right around the corner. There's really nothing stopping Bitcoin at this point. Now, looking at the fear and greed index, I think a lot of people agree with me. They're feeling pretty bullish. They're feeling greedy. That is why this is at 79, which is categorized as extreme greed. Yesterday was greed, now it's extreme greed. And that's because right now, honestly, there's just not a lot of things to fear. Bitcoin is holding strong ever since it got up to 9,000, 10,000. It's been holding. Nothing has really driven it down. And the narrative from the bears and the naysayers about how it can't ever be a store of value, that no one will ever hold on to it, that's gone out the window too, because we are seeing that Bitcoin is being used as a hedge. And I do have a good article about that in a little bit. All right, so people are feeling good. Let me show you these two metrics that are also very positive for Bitcoin. Number one, adoption, the number of people that are actually holding on to Bitcoin. So look at this chart. This is showing the number of addresses that hold at least $10 worth of Bitcoin. It has been going up ever since 2019. You can see even going back to 2017 when Bitcoin was coming up, the very FOMO days where it was going up to 20,000. Yeah, addresses peaked around maybe 14.5, a little bit under 15 million, but it came down, people withdrew, right? But the holders continue to hold. This chart didn't drop down like the price chart. The addresses held, and you can see it's been climbing up. And since 2019, 2020, pretty much flat. And now you can see it's definitely going up. So this is one of the metrics, one of the things that you can measure Bitcoin and its strength. And this is definitely very positive. The number of people that are actually getting into Bitcoin and holding is increasing. But if you look at the overall number, this is still only about 16 point something, probably under 17 million. And that is still a relatively small number if you look at the number of people on this planet. So if you're one of these people, you're definitely ahead of the game. Next, this is showing Bitcoin's difficulty and the hash rate, which are both near all-time highs. So again, this is another metric that show that the miners that are supporting the Bitcoin network, they're still in it. There's no plans for them to drop out anytime soon. In the past, there was some fears that the miners would dump Bitcoin, especially when we're nearing a halving event, when they become unprofitable. So they have no choice but to shut down the miners and sell out Bitcoin. We have seen periods where that has had a big effect on the overall market. But recently, with Bitcoin being so steady and it's run up, there's really no reason for the miners to do that. And right now, this is proving it. So the hash rate continues to go up and up and up and up. We're near all-time high. And in terms of the difficulty, continues to go higher. So this is also another metric that is very positive for Bitcoin because the miners are doing well and they will continue to secure the network, and that's a very positive thing. Now, the biggest reason why Bitcoin is going up, I believe, is due to people's perception that Bitcoin can now be a hedge against inflation, which is coming. Now, besides Bitcoin, of course, you have other precious metals that can also be used as a hedge against inflation, such as silver and gold. They have been around for thousands of years. And there's the S&P 500. So this chart shows the performance of Bitcoin, silver, gold, and S&P 500 in 2020. And guess who is winning? Despite gold jumping up, reaching all-time highs, despite silver jumping up, they're still nowhere close to the performance of Bitcoin in 2020. And take a look at the S&P. The S&P is only up 2%. But I guess that's actually pretty impressive considering we're in COVID right now. But this also shows why people are looking to put money into Bitcoin versus silver and gold, because the performance is simply better. Now, when I say people, do I mean just retail investors? Yes, of course. But last thing I want to show you guys is institutional investors are definitely here, and they're probably the ones that's driving things up right now. According to this Forbes article, Wall Street revealed to be edging out Bitcoin traders with 1 million plus transactions. So according to this, as of June, approximately 90% of North Americans' cryptocurrency transfer volume came from professional size transfers, which we categorize as those above 10,000 worth of cryptocurrency. This is from the chain analysis team and their findings so far. So think about that. 90% of transfers is over $10,000. Now, a lot of you guys that's been in Bitcoin for a while, $10,000 is no big deal. You may have just only put 1,000 and now it's worth 10,000. But for most people, 10,000 is a lot of money. Continuing on, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency transfers in North America above 1 million rose from 46% of the total value transferred in late 2019 to a high of 57% in May of 2020. Wow. Transfers above 1 million rose to 57% in May of 2020. And that was 3 months ago. What about now? It'll be really interesting to see what the data is. Now, keep in mind, these are transfers. These are not purchases. So this is measuring people transferring from one wallet to another, to another, to another. And some of these could be from exchanges themselves, which hold multiple wallets, cold wallets, hot wallets, and they have a lot. But for the number to increase this much, this dramatically within a short amount of time does kind of indicate that not only retail investors are in the game, but institutional investors are also in the game. So I end this video with Bitcoin being at 11,854, and it's looking like it really wants to run up to 12,000 in the near future. That could happen later today, or it can happen tomorrow during my live stream. So make sure you tune in. It's at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Notifications may not be working on my live stream, so make sure you follow me on Twitter. You see the handle on the bottom left-hand corner, or make sure you just tune in. All right. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.